This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Armadillos of Omaha and the Houston Oilers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Let's get it going, shall we? We are underway from Houston. And they were ringing him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. At the 28-yard line. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Brand, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing to start the drive. Pollard. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. York able to send this one through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. 65
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended boys wide out.
2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Whitaker. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He's got Burton here. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the ground, Whitaker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. McKinley. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Off play action. McKinley. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Wright. Still fighting. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
It's a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 5 brings up
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
They'll work the middle here with Wright. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Cade York on now for the field goal. York able to send this one through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Weber. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
A gain of 7. First down, Armadillos.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. This is Whitaker. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Again, they'll go on the ground with Whitaker. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's complete. Right side, it's Bond. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Now they'll run on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down, Omaha.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Armadillos have moved out in front.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming.
For the extra point.
And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good.
Armadillos 10.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Houston set to take over. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
2nd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Well, they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Off the bootleg. Pollard. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Oilers are able to move back in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. McKinley throwing middle, and it's complete.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
He's across midfield, and they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And an Omaha 1st down.
They give to Whitaker. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off play action. McKinley. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Third down and 13.
Operating from the gun, McKinley. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And his kick is good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now out comes Houston.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time. On the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Operating from the gun, Pollard. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
Pressure comes and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McKinley. That one taken in by Burton. Now a 2nd and 6. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
2nd and 6. At the 47.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's taken down inside the 30.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. It's caught. Mitchell.
McKinley's pass.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
Off the play fake. McKinley on the crossing route. Complete. It's Burton. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Armadillos have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Oilers 13.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Pollard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Pollard. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Bryant. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Looking to throw. Pollard. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Pollard. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Oilers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
York now for the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game.
That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
To kick off.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Whitaker. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Weber. And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Off play action. McKinley. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play?
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
They'll score that a 36. Yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Pollard. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Look at this, a tight end carry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They go play action here on first down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Armadillo.
Right back to him on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. That's taken in by Bond.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down. Here we go. 72.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain down to about the 33.
He's taking down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Throw left side complete. That's Whitaker. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Whitaker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Looking to throw. McKinley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Houston's offense taking over again. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
He's brought down at the
now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Pollard. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing after the interception. Pollard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Pollard. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll to the 34-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else.
Off the play fake. Pollard can't get away, and he's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Brings up 2nd and 15.
Operating from the gun. Pollard. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 15.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2 yards on the pickup.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. A run for Weber. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
The kick is
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 13, 2:06 to play. They'll have 1 play here just north of the 2-minute warning. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back.
2nd and 6 coming up.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
27 yards.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw. Pollard. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Here comes 2nd down.
It's a pickup and conversion. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Pollard. Complete to right.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now.
Back to throw. Pollard. That's to his running back. Complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3.
It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They they had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Armadillos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.